So there's a little Yamaha 50 that we showed the other day that water was in the bottom cylinder, and so we were expecting to see a blown head gasket. We saw one that was marginal but not necessarily blown, so we went ahead and pulled the head off, put another head gasket on, cover plate gasket. These bolts, if you remember the last video, were completely corroded. They were really hard to get out. We were able to get them out with some finesse, but it looked like this motor had actually been underwater because of all the corrosion that was down in here inside. So we went to start it up and it didn't want to even run, so our next step is probably carburetors. I've never seen such a what do I say, so much crap on a motor. And when you see that checking pattern right there where it looks like an Easter egg you pulled up through the dye on the top of the water, about the only way that happens is when something is covered with oil and then dries out, and that causes that checking pattern, and it's all through the engine, all on the bottom. There's just a lot of really it's just sort of unexplainable dirt in there all over the engine. So we've got the head gasket back on. It'll turn over now, but it won't run because the carburetors aren't allowing it to. So here's what we got out of this tank right here. And the bottom is the water, and the top, that little top layer right there, is the fuel, and the bottom is in the water, and that's what we got out of this tank. And this one's a little easier, I hadn't shook it up yet. So the top is gas, nice, clean, clear, 50-to-1 gas, and the bottom is water. And that's in this tank. This is the cover plate I was talking about. These are quarter 20s. If they're corroded into the block as these were, best chance out of the knot that you'll break those off trying to get them out of there. And the bottom ones, if you break those off, you're going to pull the motor to drill them and tap them. So here we are, right at a dilemma. We've got the head put back together, and we're at a carburetor issue, which we really didn't know we were at a carburetor issue, but we're at a carburetor issue, and just where we are. Where do we go from here?